Hello again, Art 1 students. We are on the back of our color theory sheet today. The back, we're going to talk about several other types of color schemes. The first is monochromatic. Monochromatic is one color plus its tints and shades. So a tint is one color mixed with white, and a shade is a color mixed with black. So for our first little box up here, we're going to do a monochromatic of blue. So we're going to color in the middle box with blue. And for the dark blue, we're going to put our blue down. And we're going to go over with a little bit of black to make it a shade of blue, a darker blue. And for the light blue, we're going to put our blue down. And we're going to go over that with our white. And then we will have our little value scale of blue, monochromatic. So we have our blue, and then we have our blue mixed with black and our blue mixed with white. So we have blue and a shade of blue and a tint of blue. And we're going to do the same thing with the red. So we're going to lay down the red, and then we're going to lay down the red again and add some black to it to get a shade. Remember, you want bold dark color. You want this color to really stand out when you're finished. You have to go over it a couple times, that's fine. And then we're going to do a light red, and we're going to lay some red down, and we're going to go over with colored pencil. The great thing about this, guys, we're doing this in colored pencil, but once you learn how to do this, you can do it in any media, whether it be crayons, oil pastel, paint. You'll know how to do it. All right, the next section here is analogous. So analogous are three colors that sit side by side on the color wheel and share a common hue. So the first three colors I have are yellow, yellow green, and yellow orange. So if I turn my paper over and we look at our color wheel for reference, we see that yellow and yellow green and yellow orange are three colors that sit side by side on the color wheel, and they share the common hue of yellow. And they all have yellow in the name: yellow orange, yellow, yellow green. So those would be three analogous colors. So we're just going to color that in with our yellow. And then over here we're going to have our yellow green. You can either mix this using just the primary, or I'm okay with you using the regular green to mix this with. And then we have our yellow orange. We put our yellow down. And then we go over with some orange. So we have yellow, yellow orange, and yellow green. You're going to do the same thing for the violet and create the blue violet and the red violet. Let's take a look on the color wheel. Violet, blue violet, red violet. They are three colors. They sit side by side on the color wheel, and they share the hue of violet. And of course that means they have the word violet in all three of them: blue violet, violet, red violet. So you can go ahead and color that one on your own. And then we'll also do one here for blue, and that would be the color blue, blue violet, and blue green. So if we look at our color wheel and we find blue, we can see blue green and blue violet. These three colors sit side by side on the color wheel, and they share the hue of blue. So I'll let you go ahead and do those on your own. The next section here is a tint. So a tint is one color mixed with white to make it lighter. So we've already done this up here. We did the light blue and the light red. That was a tint. So when we do this here, we're going to just lay down some blue. You don't want to lay it down very darkly because you want it to look light. So we're going to lay down a little bit of blue, and then we're going to go over it with the white. And that's creating a tint. And then you're going to do the same thing over here with shades. Shade is one color mixed with black to make it darker. And we've already done up here, this up here with our monochromatic. We've already made a dark red and a dark blue. So you're going to do the same thing. And then we'll go over it with a little bit of black. And then you'll do the same thing with the dark red. The rest of the page is pretty easy. Next we have our tertiary or intermediate colors. Color in between the primary and secondary colors. We'll have yellow orange, yellow green, blue violet, and red orange. You can see on our color wheel that those are the smaller circles here that are in between a primary and secondary color. So you're going to go ahead and color those in. You will need to mix them. So if I'm doing yellow orange, I am going to have to mix two colors together. So you can either make your yellow orange by adding a little bit of red and the yellow, or you can make it by adding the yellow and a little bit of orange. Your choice. We can make our colored pencils last. And you're going to do the same thing to mix for all of those. Our neutral colors are ones that just don't fit on the color wheel anywhere. Brown is a neutral color. Black, gray, white, tan, all of those colors are neutral colors. So you're just going to color in those, the brown, black, and gray, so that you can have a visualization and practice seeing your neutral colors. You can mix your brown, or you can just use the brown colored pencil for this side. Now for gray, you will need to mix the black and white to make the gray. So we do not have a gray colored pencil in our pack, so you'll need to mix that. So you'll mix your white over top of it, and that's going to make the gray color. And then the black, you'll just color black. And then the last section of our sheet is called arbitrary color. Arbitrary color is color based on preference, not reality. So you're going to color this using your own non-realistic colors. So we have a little landscape here with a sky, a mountain, some grass, either a road or a stream, and a tree. So I would like you to color this in a way that you would not actually see it in real life. And that would be arbitrary color. So you can go a little crazy with that one. All right, guys, when you are finished with this side of the sheet, you will need to take a picture of the front and back and make sure you send it to this assignment. And if you have any questions about this, be sure to message me. And it should be pretty easy and straightforward. All right, guys, talk to you next time.